name is Gordon Ballard. I love gardening, and we're sitting in the back area of my gardens here at 604 Bird Avenue in Buffalo, New York. When I bought this home 12 years ago, it was pretty much all grass everywhere you looked. There was a little raised bed in the back and a very small bed on the side yard. Other than that, it was all green grass, and I kind of went to work. I looked at everything and said, boy, this yard really has possibilities. And I think my creativity just started to really flow. So I started building beds down the side of the house. This is a very challenging yard also. Actually, most of the homes around the city of Buffalo are very challenging, in that we have red clay as soon as you go down about 4 inches. So we had to remediate a lot of that clay, pull that out and add good organic material, lots of lime to help break down the clay. Soil building is the most important thing. Soil building is the most important thing when you're starting a garden here. So that's the first thing we went to work on, was building our soil, making it good enough to grow things in. And then I built this wonderful patio back here, because this was grass right up to a bed, and added a nice table and a sitting area so you can sit and enjoy the yard. Built beds up the side of the house, started to build up an island bed along the side of the home also near the hedges. And then I decided, what's the next step? I think that I want to try water gardening. Didn't have anything to do about fish at that time. It really had to do about water gardening and having water lilies. That's a good example of water lilies that are starting to need division. They're a little too tight together. When the leaves start to come up out of the water and curl, that's a telltale sign it's time for dividing. A little too crowded. The whole idea of the water gardening, as I've learned over time, water gardening is a lot of work. I tell people, if you're planning on putting a pond in your yard, especially a substantial pond, it's going to double your work in the garden. Easily double your work in the garden, because there's an awful lot of work when it comes to cleaning the pond, cleaning the filtration systems, keeping them running clean so your fish are healthy and the water is nice and clear. Of course, the fish don't have to have clear water, but people like to see clear water so they can see the fish. Plants in the water also need fertilizing and dividing, and you have to get right in the pond. You have to punch holes right down in the dirt with your fingers and put those fertilizing tabs down there if you want them to bloom a lot. And water lilies and water lotus and all those plants do need dividing, because they grow very rapidly in the summer months here. So you have to pull those plants out, cut them up. They're smelly, nasty. Wash them up really good and get them in fresh dirt and put them back in the ground.